Hello, welcome to another CSFBL Tutorials video. I'm Anduhar, your monotone narrator, and today I'm going to show you how you can use Google Sheets to get more stats and information than the game currently displays. The game does stats. It does team stats, league stats, player stats, but if you want more than the game shows, right now you have to do it yourself. Perhaps someday the devs will make this video obsolete by producing this information in the game, and if and when they do that, I will be very happy. Until then, here's how you can get some information if you want it. Also, before I start, the CSFBL pages currently allow you to export to to Excel, to CSV, and to text, which is much the same as what I do here. So here's my demonstrational sheet. It's the seasonal bat streaks and bests for a single team for a single season. I'll put a link to this sheet up in the description so you can use it to reference if you'd like, or I'll try to pause over most of the formulas so you can look at them. You can pause and get the formulas if you need them. There's plenty of information out there about getting started with Google Sheets, so I'm not going to get into any of that here. In this sheet, the first sheet is called BatStat, and the formula for the sheet is started in cell A4. I use an import HTML most of the time, sometimes import XML. As you can see, the formula itself uses data from cell B1 and B2. If you change the team ID or season, the sheet will refresh, as you'll see here when I change the season to, I'll just go to the next season. You see the loading in cell A1 or A4, and it takes a while, sometimes like 10 seconds per sheet per call to load. And on this particular page there are 3 calls. So what I'm pulling here is the stats page for the batting stats page. And then as you see in cell S5, it's another call. This one's an import XML. And this is where I get information to eventually get the player ID, which is in T5. The column T is important because it is used in the formula on each player's page, B1, B2, which is what we'll go to next. So we go look at B1. We see this call is still going. Let's see if we can find one that's done already. Okay, B2 is finished. Each one of these B pages calls the game log page for the player ID that is found in column T on the bat stat page. For the usage of this document, you should never have to change any of the B documents, but I'm going to describe it in the event that you are looking to build something similar but different for yourself. For viewing, I added the player in cell A1 so you can see the player name and the ID, which is important, and I put it into B1, which makes it simpler when you do the call, and the call is located in A5. It imports the player's game log for the season specified in the first sheet. Columns S through AB are the counting columns for the streaks. For example, if a player had a run in G6, it will write a 1 in this column. And then if they have a run in G7, it'll add on to it until you see a game where they don't have a run, and then it'll start over at 0. At the top of the sheet is where the summary for each player is made. The most in a game formula is different than the streaks formula. As you see, this one takes the maximum from columns F6 through the end of the page. So the most strikeouts this player had in a game this season, was 4. The max streaks will show you how many. It's kind of as you'd expect. It shows hitting streaks and RBI streaks and strikeout streaks, as you'd think. And that it basically does it a little differently, but it's really looking for the maximum in columns 6 through the bottom of the form. As each one adds up, you'll see the hitting streak of 14 games happens somewhere down this sheet. There'll be a 14 in column T. And it happens pretty late in the season, actually, with some of the playoffs. So there's your 14. And you can see all these games here where you got the hit in a row. Okay, so now you see the batter log pages. We'll go back to the bat stat page. And you see for this player, here is essentially the stuff from the summary at the top. All his best streaks and his seasonal highs. And it puts it in a format where you can see the entire team for the whole season. So as you can see, if you wanted to do this for a team for its entire existence, it may take a long time because you're going to have many seasons to go over. Or if you want to do this for a league for a year, you're going to have 24 different times that you're going to have to change the team ID on the spreadsheet. So it's not the most efficient way of getting this information, but it does give you an example of how you can use Google Sheets to get more information out of CSFBL than the game currently provides. So there you have it, an introduction to using Google Sheets to get more stats than the game currently has. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please subscribe, and then you'll know when we produce a new one. Thank you for your time. Bye.